Now let's have a look at the adjustment layers. These are essential for background design and allow you to have a non-destructive workflow. Basically, when you have used an adjustment layer, you can always turn it off, which is a great advantage. If we select color balance, you can see you get an icon on the left and a white mask on the right. It now automatically affects the layer below. If we want it to only affect one layer, we can use Alt and click again as we did with the clipping mask by hovering between the layers. With color balance, you can quickly change the color of your statue by moving the bars. Here I have mid-tone selected and I'm shifting the red value. Now adjusting the yellow, you can see it has a strong effect on the color just by tweaking these bars. You can also concentrate on certain areas on your graphics such as shadows and midtones. Add more blue in the shadow areas, for example. The other useful things is that you can also use the white mask on the right hand side. Let's see what it does. I'll lighten everything up first using color balance so it's quite bright. Let's now close the adjustment layer down and we will paint directly on the mask. Painting pure black will make it transparent. There's a great shortcut in Photoshop to reset your colors for the foreground and background. We will just set our colors randomly and then we'll use the shortcuts. Press D on your keyboard and this will automatically reset your colors to 100% black and white. If you press X on your keyboard, it will now shift the black and white back and forth, so you can choose which one you want when you create your masks. Let's now select the white mask on the adjustment layer. You need to make sure you don't select the adjustment layer itself, but the mask. To do this, you can see a small outline box around which one you're choosing. Black represents transparent with the mask, so when I paint it 100%, it will show the original statue below. Select a hard brush that's set to 100% opacity and flow. There is no transfer in my brush settings, so it paints flat value. Now it shows bright green, but where I paint my black mask, it now shows the original statue underneath. Masks are a really good way to work, because you can always remove them later if you change your mind. If you want to paint the bright green from the adjustment layer back, just press X to shift to white, and then paint pure white on top of the black in your mask, and you'll see it now reappears. Let's change to a softer airbrush to see what happens if we use a subtle effect. Again, paint black with a big brush on top of the white mask. We will take the opacity of the brush down slightly at 50%, leaving the flow as it is. Now we can see it very subtly creates a soft black mask, and it has a nice effect, gradually bringing the background colour in. Let's look at another adjustment layer you can use, hue and saturation. If you want to change the colour of our object completely, let's drag the hue bar and make it yellow so we can see the strength of the effect. You can also mix the adjustment layers together by switching them on and off, so you can change the object's colour in stages by adding adjustment layers on top. So that's a few features of adjustment layers. I'll recommend spending some time to experiment and see what each adjustment layer actually does. Mainly for games, I've used levels, curves, hue, saturation and colour.